I want to confirm if anyone can hear me. Good evening, everyone. I want to confirm if anyone can hear me. Good evening, everyone. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so good evening, everyone. How has been your day? How has data analysis been? Right. Welcome to another day for data analysis. Right. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So it's 7:01, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, like normal thing, right? I believe you guys have started enjoying your SQL class, your SQL training, right? I believe we are, so challenges. So if you are still facing challenges, right, it's part of what you will face when transitioning to tech, right? That it's going to be a challenge, right? But you have to develop ability to overcome challenge. And when challenges also happen, right, you need to calm yourself down, right? You need to calm yourself down. I believe yeah, some of you guys wants to be on the same pace with me, right? You don't want to miss anything. So that's the reason why that some of you are always being skeptical about the challenges you are facing, right? So, but to be rest assured, right, I've been attending to some of you guys, right, and I also want to thanks for those that have been helping, for those that have been reaching out on the platform, right. I got the feedback. Some of you got the feedback from some of you that some people have been reaching out, right? Okay, if you have a problem, I can solve your problem. And some people have been testifying to that. So I really want to, they gave me some names, right? I've actually forgotten the name. So, but if you know yourself that you've been assisting, you've been helping to solve problem, right? I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. And I don't want you to stop, continue helping, reach out to your colleague that is facing one or two problem, try to assist, right? Try to assist. By doing so, you're also helping yourself, right? So I want to thank everyone. And then for some of you guys that have not been able to install either SQL Server, Postgres, or MySQL, right? Don't worry. At least I was able to attend to a good number of you guys today, right? Oh, tomorrow is Saturday weekend, right? I don't want to promise if I can attend to anyone tomorrow, right? I don't want to promise that, right? So, but if any you guys that you can assist, you can still reach out to some of your guys that are still facing the challenge. Please try to assist, try to help them to troubleshoot the problem, try to help them to solve their technical problem. I'll be glad, right? I'll be glad to that when you help out, right? And I believe that you guys have gotten the SQL query for yesterday's class, right? I believe everybody will have gotten that, right? So just practice, just follow what I sent to you. And then some of you also part of the screenshot that you guys sent to me, right? So is maybe certain line incorrect syntax, right? Certain line, So when you look at the error message, when you got error message, right? Look at what's the error, what it entails. So if it is incorrect syntax, right, it's going to tell you the particular line where the problem is, right? It's going to tell you the particular line where the problem is. That's one of error message that was sent to me yesterday. So I told the person to send me the screenshots, right? And immediately I look at the screenshots, though it took me like 2 minutes to discover or to where the problem is, right? So always look at the error message. It's going to tell you the line where the problem is. So just go straight to the line and check the line of code. You'll be able to solve the problem, right? Correct the syntax by yourself, right? So so I think that is all for now. So let's start today's class, right? So yesterday I showed you how to save your code, right? So if you save your code yesterday, so I'm going to show you now how you can bring in your code to your studio, how you can bring the code to studio, right? So for those of you that got it right, so if you have saved it, now I want to bring the code into my studio. So I said you go to file, right? Go to file, then from file click on open. So you can just hover on open, then there's arrow in front of that open, right? So there's going to be another page that will open. Then just navigate to where you have file. Go to file. The first thing, go to file tab. Go to file tab, right? Then over your mouse on open. Then from open, navigate to where you have file again, right? Or you can just press Ctrl O on your system. Then click on it, right? Click on it. Once you do that, it will take you to the folder where you have it, right? Then so whatever the name you save with, I believe you can still remember the name you save with. So I saved this one with liter underscore db, right? Leader underscore liter underscore db query. That's the name I saved it with. Then I'm going to click on it. Then I click open, right? So it will load, right? So you can see. So it's going to show all the code that we've written, right, from day one of SQL for data analysis, right? So it's going to take us to where we stopped yesterday. So this is where we stopped yesterday, where we updated salary for staff AB04, right? So that's where we stopped. That's where we stopped, right? So if you are with me, if you are on the same page, someone said did not see yesterday query. Yeah, if you didn't see it, ask admin. Please ask admin, right? I've sent it immediately after the class. I was having incorrect syntax for this set salary to this where this is this. Oh, so that's what I'm saying. The incorrect syntax, right? It's going to tell you the line, right? It's going to tell you the line. So let me this salary, right? Let's start. Let me run this line 84. Right. So this is the line 84. So this is the one we updated yesterday. We updated for staff ID AB401. That's the person we updated the salary yesterday. Right. Now, another thing is that it was salary we updated yesterday, right? Let's try to update name. Let's try to do what? To update name. Let's take for instance, let's look for someone here. Look at this staff person with staff ID 260. Person with staff ID 260. The first name is Deborah and the last name is Justin. You know, last name is always like surname, right? It's always like a surname. So this person, when he joined organization, let's assume that when he joined organization, she has not married, right? She's single, but now after 2 years has joined the organization, is now married. Now, so you need to update our profile, right? You need to update our profile, like changing the name from his parents' name to husband's name, right? And so now let's say so you want to update it, and you are the data analyst are in charge of the database, right? You know, we want to update it. So you've gotten everything you want, and you want to write a SQL query that you will use, right, to update this person. So just come here, right? So today's date is 13, right? So let me write today's date so that when I'm sending the query to you, so you know where you start. 1309 2024, right? All right, so that's so today's date is going to start. Sorry, today's query is going to start from here, right? Now we want to update name, update staff name. That's what we want to do now, right? So it's still going to be the same query. It's going to be the same query, right? Now, so just say update name, update our employee. That's the table's name, right? Employee, right? Then set last name to, so the person's the last name previously was Justin, right? Now he wants to change this to, let me look for a name on this chart. So he wants to change it to Adewale, or no, he wants to change it to Endurance, right? He wants to change this to Endurance, right? So, and you know, when you declare your last name, when you are trying to create the table, it was variable character, right? It was variable character. Now, so you're going to be put it in apostrophe, then Endurance, right? Then so Endurance, right? Now, if I execute this, I think I asked this question yesterday. If I execute this now, automatically the last name, sorry, is employee, right? Let me check the employee. I think in employee we use the employee we use is it last name? I think in employee we use second name, right? Aha. Please, you need to check so that if I run this now, let's say for example now, if I run this code, it's going to throw me an error because incorrect. It's already telling me that invalid name, last name, invalid column name, last name. So meaning in employee table, there's no column we named last name, right? So no column that we name last name. So it's already giving me that error, right? So now I need to change this to second name, right? Second name. Now, select all from, let's check. Employee. Okay, you can see second name, right? Second name. That's fine. Now, so we change this to from Justin. Now he wants to change it to, so he wants to change it to Endurance. So it's going to be, so she's now be bearing Deborah Endurance, right? And the, so where the staff ID, right, is equals to AB 405, right? AB 405. Now, if I run this, right, you can see one row is affected. So meaning that has been updated. So let's check now. Let's run this query again. Then go to, you can see that the second name has now been what? Been updated, right? The person successfully, it has now been updated, right? So that's how it can be. That's how you can update second name, update salary, right? Now let's continue. Let's try to update departments, right? So for us to update departments, we are going to use salary. Yeah, I'm going to use salary. Let me just copy this salary table, right? For us to update, let's update department. Now, okay, okay. So, say for instance, now let's just pick someone here. Let's just pick someone here. So let's say for example, this Sani Ibrahim. Sani Ibrahim is in sales and marketing, right? But Sani Ibrahim now, he has now learning data analysis. So he wants to move to information technology. So he wants to move to IT department, you know, he wants to move to, right? He wants to move to information technology. Just like some of you guys now, after your training, after you have become data analyst now, he wants to change departments, he wants to move to data team in organization, he wants to move to IT department, right? So that's what we want to try to do here, right? So just say update salary, update salary, right? Update salary, set department to, so like I said, is in sales and marketing. So he's tired of targeting. He's tired of what? Targets that they be given to him. Now he wants to move to IT department after he has done a series of training in data analysis, right? So he wants to move to, so we only now put information technology. That's the department he wants to move to, right? Then where the staff ID is equals to AB234, right? AB234. So AB234. Now, if you let's run this. So updated. Now, if you run, if you check now, AB234 is now in what? Information tech department. So this department has now been changed from sales and marketing to information tech, right? Okay. I think we are on the same page, but those of you that are following, right? Okay, someone is asking, I don't think that's a full stop, right? Okay, it's either you have a full stop or you don't have a full stop. I saw that that can be an oversight from my side, right? You know, if I just check that there are some that has a full stop, it doesn't mean just go ahead and run your query. Either full stop, right? Yeah, it's my, by the time you want to do grouping, yes, it will, you can update it, right? You can update it. So initially everything's supposed to, information technology is supposed to have full stop at the end, right? Because I don't want to write technology full. So if you have anyone that doesn't have full stop, you can update it. So let's say for instance now, I think I can see this staff with AB28281. This Wale Olanipekun, right? You can see the tech. It doesn't have what? Dots at the back, right? Let's change it. Let's update it. I'll just copy this, then copy this, right? I will now just change the staff ID. So you just change the staff ID. That's the only thing you're going to change. So who is the person? To AB281, right? If you notice that from your hand, if you notice that from your hand, right? Someone's name can be the same, but staff IDs are allocated to one person. Yeah, that's good, right? I like that. Right. So let's run this. Right, one row is affected. Right, so if you now check now, so you can see. So I think the one that has a dot is the correct one, right? So you can update it to using this update. Using this update SQL command, right? I think we have another one there. This Johnson Mercy, right? AB240, right? AB240, right? If it is in Power BI now, this is what they call replace value. What you are doing now in Power BI, I will call it replace value, right? You use the parameter called replace value. Let's update this. So this one too has been updated. I think everything should be fine now, right? Tech. Yeah, so everything is fine. So we are good, right? Right. So we are good, right? So okay, let's proceed. So let's say, for example, now, if I run this, from salary, right? Where I want to write this code, then I would like to get what will be the output from, what will be the output. Right. So if I run this line 148, 149, who can tell me what will be the output? Right. Who can tell me what will be the output if I run this line 148, 149, select all from salary where staff ID is equals to this? It only that row will show. Okay, it will show everything about that staff. Okay, it will isolate that staff details. No. Someone has got, two people have gotten it. It will show staff information. Okay, I think that's fine. It's all the information of AB21, yes, right? All the information about it, yes. Information of the person's ID will be showing, right? Yeah. Information of the person, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine, right? Yeah, that's fine. I like that. So only this person, right? Only the person that has this ID will show. So you can see this person's salary ID is 9, staff ID is 8281, the first name is Wale, the last name is Olani Pekun, department is information tech, and this is the salary of the person, right? Can we update multiple rows at once? That question, please postpone it till maybe till when we get there. I think we should be able to get there today, right? Yeah, that person that asked, can we update multiple rows? So I will answer that question when we get there. We have not gotten there. I think you are in spirit, right? So, right. Okay, let's proceed. Now, you guys, let's look at this employee table, right? This employee table, it has staff ID, first name, second name, gender, date of birth, and hire date. And so there's an update from the management that, okay, we have all the information of our staff, but we don't know staff state of origin. I believe it's normal thing when you are filling a form, when you fill your details, there's going to be a state of origin, right? You fill a state of origin. But in this data, in this table that we created, there's no state of origin, right? There's no state of origin. So who can tell me what do we do? We don't have a state of origin. Who can tell me what do we do? We need to bring in state of origin. We need to bring state of origin, right? So someone asked, can a query be executed without highlighting? It will be if I didn't highlight any of the query here now, and if I execute, just try from your hand, you will see the different, you see the error. So it is better you highlight before you execute. It's important you highlight before you execute. Okay, insert into table. We had state of origin, right? Okay, we had state of origin. If a staff information is deleted, can be brought. Okay, we will insert a new column to the table, right? Yes. We will insert date of origin. Yes. Update staff date of origin, right? Yes. I think we will insert the date of origin. Insert into the table. No, this time we are not using insert. We are not using insert, right? Someone will say we will update. We will alter, right? We will alter the table by adding state of origin. Yeah. Who is this person? Queen. This queen, yes, we will alter the table by adding state of origin. Queen, you're on the port. Alter the table, yes. Use alter, yes. Alter, yes. We create a table. No, we are not creating a table. Insert into table. No, we are not inserting the two table, right? So we are going to alter the table. No, we are not updating the table first. We will still update the table, but we just want to create additional column, right? So what we're going to use is alter, right? Is alter. We're going to alter the table, right? So let's go. Let's go. So we want to create additional column into employee table, right? Additional column into employee table. So that's what we want to do. So now, how do we now write the query? How do we write the query? So you're going to say alter. We're going to alter the table. Alter table call employee, right? Right. So we're going to alter the table. Now after the table has been altered, so what we wanted to do, we want to add a new column, right? First thing is to alter the table. That's the first thing, is to alter the table. Now we want to add a new column. So you're going to use add, right? So what will be the column name? State of origin, right? State of origin. Now, who can tell me what's the next thing we need to do now? Add state of, so the column name is going to be state of origin, right? So we need to declare something. We need to declare something. We need to declare something. Who has an idea, right? The column name is state of origin, right? Then what is going to be the next thing to do? Data type, correct. Olawumi, correct. Korode, correct. Akinlabi, correct. Yeah, you guys, yeah, data type. So what will now be the data type? Who can suggest to me? Who can suggest data type? Varchar. Wow. Queen, thank you. Varchar, right? Because, right, Varchar. Then let's just put 50. I think there's no state in Nigeria that number of character is more than 50, right? So let's put 50, right? You can put 20, yes. If it's at least Cross River, the length of Cross River is no more than 10, right? But let's just put 50 in case Nigeria creates another state tomorrow, right? And then the length is long, right? Now, so fine. Now let's execute. Right? Command completed successfully, right? Command completed successfully. Now let's go and run. Let's run this. Your normal select all from employee, right? Now to see if that has been added, right? So you can see the state of origin has now been added, right? State of origin has now been added, right? So who can tell me what is the next thing for us to do now? because you can see the state of origin now is showing not, right? And it can be not, right? So maybe when they were giving you the form, right, they already giving you the updated form that shows each of the state of origin, like Ayomide, this person with Ayomide, hallelujah, right? Maybe the state of origin is let's say Lagos. Let's say the state of origin is Lagos. So who can tell me how do we update this Ayomide? Let's start with updating one person first. What do we do? Insert into table? No, we are going to, someone said update, right? Correct. We are not inserting, right? Someone said update, right? Input state of origin to the staff information that has earlier been provided. Yes. So what SQL command are we using? Someone said update, right? Update state of origin. Wow. Who is this person? This person is always okay. Another person, Mojisola. Wow. Update state of origin, right? Okay. Okay. So let's proceed now. We're going to use update employee, right? Update employee, right? Then set state of origin, just like the way you update salary. That's just the same thing you're going to do. Just the way you update salary, the way you update department, the way you update name, right? Of origin, right? Is equals to, I said the person is from Lagos, right? Lagos, right? Now, I want to ask this at least I asked this question yesterday. I want to ask this question again. If I run this line 158 and 159, what will be the output? What will be the output? If I run line 158 and 159, what will be the output? What will be the output? What will be the result? Everyone will be from Lagos. Thank you. But so we should not try that. We should not try that. So I will now say where staff ID, where staff ID is equals to who's this person, right? AB 200, right? Now let's run. Wow, successful. Now let's see this person here. You can see the state of origin has been what? Updated, right? Now, so this is a basic update, right? This is a basic update, that is updating the column for specific employee. I think so this is just like a basic employee, right? So you have to now be writing this query for you to update this. So the question that someone asked, can we update multiple rows in SQL, right? The answer would be no, can also be yes, right? The answer can be yes, can also be no, right? So for this one, if you want to do basic updates, right? So it means you can't update multiple rows. You have to do it one after the other, right? One after the other, right? So you can only do this maybe when your table is like a small table. So what if you have what do you call it, millions of rows you need to update? So how do we do that, right? It means you have to bring in a new data. You have to bring in a new data. So that's just it. And if the application you are using is connected to your database, then that's fine. As they are updating, right, it will be reflecting in your database. I don't know if you guys understand that. Let's say, for example, now the front end. Let's say the front end is a Microsoft form or Google Forms. the front end where this state of origin is being updating, right? The front end, what they are using is a Microsoft form or Google form, right? That you can click a drop down, pick your state of origin, and you click submit. Then the back end is database. Automatically, as they are filling the form, your database will be updating, and so you can create a trigger. You can create a trigger, right? That will be, maybe that trigger can be every 2 hours. Though this, what I'm saying is advanced SQL, please, so that, right, it's advanced. So that's, I'm just telling you another way, because some of you may be thinking that, how, if I have 100 rows of a data or 1,000 of a row of data, so I have to be writing update employee, set of origin, Lagos, then where this one after in 1,000 times, right? So for you to have that kind of a database, it means that it's going to be a form, right? And a front end form where you fill the form and you click submit, then the back end is your database. It will reflect it, it will be updating, right? Aha. But for this, yeah, let's say for example, you want to do some updates, you can still write some SQL query to update, right? Now, this is a basic update. Then another way you can update, right? Which, if you are a lazy type like me, you're going to write query, is um when you use case when, right? Case when statements. It's when you use this one, you can update, like up to as many you want to update, right? So let's try if it's going to work. Let's try it, right? Um, Update employee, right? So before we proceed, hope the first update is clear to you guys, right? Okay, so let's try this one, right? I'm going to just pick like 2 or 3, but we'll still use the one for line 158 to 160. So let's say set this. So if you don't understand case when, please, we have not gotten to case when. I think it's our 3rd week of the class. I'm going to talk about case when. So I just want to show you, but when we get to the case when, in our, I think it's our 3rd week in this in SQL for data analysis, then you're going to understand better. But I'll just write the query, then we try it if it's going to work. Right? Set state of origin. Right? 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 Comma. Yeah. Okay. Let's run this. Okay, incorrect syntax line 165. Right, okay. So you can see the error message now. So if I type that's getting this kind of error message, right? Always, okay, sorry. So it will direct you to where the problem is, right? Okay. Where's the error message from here? I put comma here. Okay, it's still set case. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, now 164, right? Then, right. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then case when what happened on me? What's happened to case when? Case, yes. Uh-huh. Okay. I told you. What's gonna tell you this? Okay, so let's spend more time here, right? It's not working, but we can also use this to update, right? We can also use this to update. So let's try to update some of this query using the update, right? Let's use the basic. So I'm just thinking within my head that something like this can be done, right? I just thought of it, right? That something like this can be done to update, right? So let's use basic updates, right, to update our table. So we've done for 200, then 212, let's say this one is from Abuja, right? Right. Then let's say 270, right, from Anambra, right? Right. Right. This from Abuja, right? Right. So if you check now, you see that some of them has been updated, right? Uh-huh. Right, so I'm trying to update all the table, right? So just pay attention. If you are open your SQL, you can just run from your hand too. Okay, so we have some of them that has not been updated, right? So okay, I think remain two to go. Okay, remain 1268. 268. Okay, so I think so that has been updated, right? I'll work on this, right? I don't know where the problem is, right? I know where the problem is, but the arrangements, I'll work on this, right? And then maybe when we get to case when, right? So I'll be able to look at it, right? Okay, so are we on the same page? Okay, so now let me copy this one and put it somewhere. Okay, let me just later I'll look at it later. Right. So now that the employee table has been updated, right? So we everybody, the state of origin has been filled for everybody. So now, what's the next thing for us to do? What is the next thing for us to do is now to create another table, right? Let's create another table, and we'll call this table payment table, right? We have employee table that comprises of um, details of employee, right? Then we have a salary that comprises of the employee salary ID, then employee salary. Then how do we pay the employee when we don't have their bank details? How do you pay them? How when they don't have their what? Their bank's detail. So that's what we want to create a table called payment table. So that table is going to comprise of the account number. It's going to comprise of account number, payment method, then payment method, and what else again? Payment ID, right? So let's look at it. Now, we want to create another table called payment table, right? Called payment table, right? Now, so this payment table, so I said it's going to comprise of account number and so on like that. Now, create table, right? I believe by now, everyone should be able to should know how to create table. You can just close your eyes and write query to create a table, right? You can just close your eyes and write a query to create your table. So we'll call the table payment table, right? Brackets open, right? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get payment ID. Payment, sorry, excuse me, payment ID. So this payment ID, who can suggest what do we do with payment ID now? How do we create the payment ID? Who can suggest for us? For payment ID, who can suggest what do we do to create a payment ID, or what type of details do you put in your payment ID? Okay, say primary key. Identity, yes. I want to get it identity. So let's use identity, right? So I'm going to say so integer identity, right? Then I'm going to say one, right? Right, just like the way we did it yesterday. So you can say primary key, can declare it a primary key, right? Now you can have what account number, right? Account number. So for account number, who can suggest for us what do we use as data type account number now? Right, thank you. Who can suggest who can suggest what will be the account number? I just want to the account number. Integer. Someone say integer. Integer res. Yes. 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 Integer res. Who can try? Okay. Back no. It's integer, right? But I want it's integer. Someone say no. The integer you will not put. I don't want to use integer, right? And I don't. So it can't be vocal. It can't be variable character. It's going to be integer, but something bigger than integer. No, we can't use float. We can't use float. Okay, big int. Who is this person? Juliana. Yes, because it's account number, right? And I think account number in Nigeria is it 10 digits or 11 digits, right? Big int. Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to use big int, right? I'm going to use big int, then not null, right? Then we want to have staff ID, yeah, because that must be staff ID must be in that table. Staff ID, right? And our staff ID is int, right? Is int. I know someone will ask me why am I using int, right? But it's supposed to be variable. But I want to use int. I've not shown you guys how to change a data type. I don't know. I've not shown you guys how to change data type, right? So that's the reason why I want to use int. I want to use int, right? Then let's now have bank. Then bank will be variable character, right? Bank will be variable character. Now, I want to set a default bank. I want to set what is a big int? Big is big integer. We have different type of integer. We have tiny integer. We have small integer. We have integer. We have big integer. So when you say big, it's when you are dealing with a big number. Then when the number is small, it's either you call it tiny int or small int. Then maybe average, you can use integer, right? So when you say big, it's also something big now, big integer, right? So that's that. When you are dealing with a large number that is very big, then you can use big integer, right? So for the bank, right, the ladies in tech company said if you are not using certain bank, you have to go and open the bank account. So we don't accept different banks. That's the order from the ladies in tech organization, that if you are a staff of ladies in tech organization, if you don't have account number for this bank, because that's where we pay our salary to, right? You have to open that account, right? So let's say, for example, the default, right? The default bank here. Sorry, please. The default bank, right, would be, let's say Zenith Bank. That's the default bank, Zenith Bank, right? So it means if you are just joining the ladies in tech company, if you don't have a Zenith Bank, you have to go and open Zenith Bank, but that's where they pay their salary to, right? So their system, their payment system has been set to Zenith Bank, right? So, and that's so when you are now creating, and the company tells you that, oh, we are creating a table for payment table, right? You're going to set the bank to a default bank called Zenith, right? So someone is saying the staff ID should be variable character. Yes, I know the reason why I'm putting integer, right? I just want to show you guys something. Yeah, I know. Thank you. That's Uraola. Yes, thank you for that observation. Right. So the next thing is payment method. Payment, right? Payment method. Then payment method will also be variable character, right? Variable character, right? Now, this payment method, ladies in Tech Africa, is either they pay their salary through cash or through transfer, right? It's either through cash or through transfer. So there is a SQL syntax called check. So I want to use this. Check, right? So it's going to be, it's either cash or by transfer, right? So I'll put check. So I'll now say payment method, right, underscore method, right, equals to cash, right, or payment method is equals to transfer, right? Aha. Then close bracket, right? Then close this, right? So I don't, are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? So let me go over the table, payment table again. I think it's 8 o'clock. Okay, sorry, I didn't check time. So we need to go on break, right? Let's go on break. 10 minutes. By 8, this is 8:02. By 8:12, we'll come back, right? So let's go on break. We come back by 8:12. So thank you, everyone, right? Enjoy your break. our break is over now. So let's come back. Our break is over. Let's come back. Can anyone hear me? Okay, welcome back. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, I believe we are all back, right? If you are still on break, right, you have to come back, right? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. You can't see my screen. Right, just a minute. Okay. Let me know once you guys can see my screen. Let me know once my screen is visible. Can you guys see my screen now? Before we continue, your screen is not visible. Okay, you can see my screen now. Okay, okay, you guys can see my screen now, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, thank you. Okay, so before we went on break, so we're trying to create payment table, right? So, and I said our payment table is going to contain our payments ID, account number, staff, ID, banks, payment method, and so on like that. So then for the payment ID, so we use identity, right? That's auto increment, right? So started using I think I explained what identity means yesterday, right? So I said that identity in SQL is used to create an auto increment, right? It's used to create an auto increment in an SQL, right? So then for account number, we use big int, right? Big integer. So we use big integer for account number. That's the data type. Then for staff, we use int, right? So someone said, why am I using int, right? I know. So I just want to show you guys something. Then just want to share that's the reason why. Then for bank, we set the bank to default, right? we set the bank to default. That's Zenith Bank. So it means they can only pay salary to Zenith Bank, right? Then payment method, we have VACA as a data type. Then we also check. So that check means that it's either their salary is being paid into by cash or by transfer, right? By cash or by transfer. So now I'll just go ahead and then execute line 163 to 169, right? Right, incorrect syntax here for account number, right? Okay. Okay, so we are fine now, right? Now, so let's check from payment table, right? If our table has been created, right? So we have, so let's check, go to your database, go to database, right click on it, then refresh. So once you refresh, expand the database, also expand the table, right? So you can see that the payment table has now been created, right? The payment table has been created. Now, so what is the next thing to do? The next thing to do is to insert into payment table. So insert into payment table, right? So this time around, I'm going to copy the record, right? The value, right? So that I can paste here, right? Okay. So then this one is staff ID, right? Payment method. Now, if you check this line 173, if you check line 173, you will discover that I didn't put bank there. You will see that I didn't put bank, right? I don't know if you guys are we are on the same page and you understand how what we are doing, right? You will see insert into payment. I put account number, staff ID, right? Payment method, right? But I didn't put what do you call it? I didn't put bank, right? I didn't put bank. So who can tell me the reason why bank is not included? Right? Who can tell me why bank is not included? Right? Why bank? Because you have made Senate Bank. Yes, because it has been set. Yeah, thank you. Because it has been set as a default bank. So it will, I won't include it, right? Because it has been set as a default bank. Thank you. Right. So let me just make some updates to this. Right now, so we can just go ahead, right, and execute, right? Right now, so look at the error message. Who can tell me how can we resolve this error message, right? Who can tell me how this error message? He said conversion failed when converting the varchar value AB200 to data type int. What's the meaning of that error message, and how can this error message be resolved? 270 is twice, right? Okay. Okay, I will. Right, thank you. How can that error message be? The error message we got that we cannot convert an int and an alphanumeric value. Alphanumeric value, that is number that value that contain text and number. How can we convert it? Or it failed to convert it to integer. So what do we do? Start ID should be varchar, right? Okay. Okay, I'll check that. We declare staff as integer, right? So how can we now? What do we do now? Our table has been created, right? But we cannot insert into the table, right? Because we're supposed to use variable character, but we use integer. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Change the data type. Yes, okay. Alter, yes, alter. The data type of type should be variable character. Yes, I know. What do we do? Update. Alter it. Okay. We alter the table. Okay. Yeah, thank you. We alter the table. So we need to write a SQL query now that will alter the table for us, because the table has been created already, and we don't want to delete the table because of one data type, right? So what do we do is to alter the table. So alter table, payment, right? Right. Then now is the column we want to change, Abby. So we now said alter column as well. Alter column. So what is the column name? Staff ID, right? So this time around now, we are now setting the staff ID to what? To varchar, right? Then at what length? So let's just put 30 there, right? So alter the table, that's the payment table. Then the column too need to be altered. So this time around, you are not going to use update or set, right? No, set. No, it's you alter the table name, then alter the column. Then what's the column name? Staff ID. Then declare the data type, right? Then let's run, right? Command successfully, right? Now, if you now trying to insert this now, we should be fine, right? Yeah, so we are good. So we can see that we are good. Now let's run this. So you can see that the bank, which is default bank, has now been set to what? To Zenith Bank. All the banks, everyone in the organization now use Zenith Bank, right? Now, so we've updated the table. Now, so another thing that we now need to do. So let's take, for instance, the management of Ladies in Tech Africa organization now said, no, we cannot be paying salary into Zenith Bank, that every staff that joined the organization, they have to go and open Zenith Bank. No, let's allow other banks, let's allow staff that have other banks accounts to receive their salary through their bank, right? To receive their salary through their what? Through their bank. So if you are joining Ladies in Tech organization, if you have a GT Bank, they should be able to pay your salary to GT Bank. If you have a UBA, they should be able to pay your salary to UBA, irrespective of the bank you have, they should be able to pay your salary to that bank. It is not a must that you don't, like, let's say for instance, you don't like the Zenith Bank, but because you join Ladies in Tech, you have to force yourself to open the Zenith Bank because they want to pay your salary there. No. So the management now decided, okay, no. What we do is that whatever the bank of you have, submit it, you receive your salary through that bank. So how do we now do that? For those that have been using Zenith Bank, yeah, they can continue using Zenith Bank. But the new staff that is just joining the organization, give us the bank you have, either microfinance bank or whatever the banks you have, your salary will be paid into that account. So how do we do that? So that's what we want to do, right? So we're going to say insert into payment table, right? So that's what we want to do. Right? So that's what we want to do, right? Okay. Now, so I'm going to copy this, right? So I'll be here, just copy. Right. Okay. So now, because the other bank has been set as a default bank, right? Zenith Bank has been set as a default bank. So if you are now insert new record into the table, so it means you have to now specify the bank. You know, when we start into payments here, we didn't specify the bank. The bank wasn't specified, right? But now we want to insert more record into payment table. So, and we don't want to use Zenith Bank. So we want to accommodate other banks. So it means you have to now what? You have to declare the bank, right? You have to declare the bank. So that's why you can see account number, staff ID, the banks, then the payment method, right? Okay, I think we are on the same page, right? Let's add more to this, right? Comma. Now, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Right. Fidelity. Right. Access Bank. I just want to make this. Right. Right. It's okay. I think we are fine now. So I can insert this new record, right? Right. So copy this. Yeah, 6 rows are affected, right? Then let's run this. Okay. So we have 23 records now. So you can see the other banks now. So apart from the Zenith Bank, so you can now see the see other banks, right? Okay. Okay. Now, so let's continue. Let's continue now. Now let's run some analysis, right? Let's run some analysis. let's run some analysis, and from this payment table, let's just say select all. Let's select all. Right, from payment table, right? Now we want to run this and want to run some analysis, and we want to write a query that shows only the staff that receive their salary through cash, right? Maybe the head of finance ask, okay, can I get staff that receive their salary through cash, right? That receive their salary by cash. Can I get them? You just say, okay, select all from payments. Then, okay, who can give me that query, right? Who can tell me the query? I want to get an output or a result of only those that receive their salary by cash, right? Receive their salary by cash. The professors in the class, where payment method is equals to cash. That's Kenny Oladipo. Thank you. Right? You hit the nail. Where payment method is equals to cash. The cash, is it going to be in apostrophe or just write cash like this? Okay, thank you. Someone has answered. Who? Victoria Agbana, right? Thank you. So you're going to put in apostrophe, right? Right. Then, so it's going to return only those that receive their salary by cash. So you can see. So return only those that receive their salary by cash. Sorry. Right. Don't receive their salary by cash, right? So then you can also run that the same query to get those that receive their salary from payments, right? Those that receive their salary by transfer. Do the same query, right? Then let's run this. Version field. What is this? Okay, sorry. Payment method. Right, so just wise. Okay, so these people, 15 people receive their salary by through transfer, right? Through transfer. Okay, right. Then let's check. Let's do some analysis again. I'm thinking of what can we do again, right? Okay, some coming select, right? Right, counts from payments, right? Where bounds is equals to, right? I just want to right. So let me run this, then I'll go. Okay, yeah. So I just want to run analysis that, okay, how many staff receive their salary by through Zenith Bank, right? That's what this query is telling me. So I want to do the count of staff that receive their salary through Zenith Bank. So it's telling me that 17, right? Then I can say, okay, no columns, right? So now this query 1, 210, and 211, if you guys see the output, right, the output is showing no column name, and I want to change that column name to staff received their salary through Zenith Bank. So how do I write that query now? Who can tell me? Okay, alias. Okay, that's Alade Shakurat Dupe. Thank you. So we're using alias, right? So as Zenith, can I say Zenith staff? Let's just put something, right? I can't think of something now. Let's just put something like this here. So it won't be, you just say as this, right? So you can see Zenith staff. Just put like that, sure. Aha. So alias, right? Okay. Right. So let's look at it. What analysis can we do again? Right. I don't want to go over something that I've not touched. Just look at what can we do. You can also do the count also. Let's do the count of those that received their salary by how many of them received their salary through cash, right? You can also do that. Just say payment method, right? Payment method then equals to cash or transfer, right? Sorry, not payment ID, payment method, right? Let's say as okay, I can't think of what call name now. Let's just call it like this, right? So let's run, right? 15 staff received their salary through transfer, right? 15 staff received their salary through transfer. Then you can also use that the same query to check for cash, right? Right. Let's check again for the cash. Right. Eight people received their salary through cash, right? Okay. So if you want to check how many people use Zenith GTB too, you can also use this same query to check, right? You can just change this one to GT Bank, right? Two people, right? Two people receive their salary through bank, right? Now, so let's run. We've run some analysis. So this analysis that we run using payment method, we can also run that the same analysis using employee table. So let's go over our employee table right now. So what we are doing currently now is we are running some analysis, right? Where's payment? Okay, let me just type it. Payment. Let's say analysis on employee table, right? So now let's just say select all from employee, right? Where state of origin. So where state of origin okay is equals to Lagos, right? So we want to count how many staff are from Lagos. right? How many staff are from Lagos? Three. Three staff are from Lagos, right? Then how many staff are from, I think we have Ekiti there, right? How many staff are from Ekiti? Right? Six. Six staffs are from Ekiti, right? Okay. So I'm also thinking of something. Count then where staff, right? Mhm. Okay, I think we have Kano there, right? How many staff are from Kano? Okay, only two. Only two staff are from Kano, right? How? Okay, so what analysis again can we run on employee table? So what insight can we bring out, right? So let's look at how many staff are female and how many staff are male, right? So let's do the count of, right? So from employee, where gender, right? Where gender is equals to female, right? We have 13 staff, right? As female. What about male, right? How many do we have as a male? We have five, right? We have five, right? Right. Then okay. I think we are on the same page, right? Then let's look at the um salary again. Let's use if we can run some analysis on salary. Right. So yes, okay, yesterday we talked about sum, count, minimum, and then maximum, right? So we can also check how many staffs are from department are from let's do the count of how many staffs are from. There are a lot of analysis we can do, right? But because most of the syntax, most of the SQL command like group by, order by, whereby, yeah, is also we can also use those command, right, to do analysis, right? But let's make sure we are where we understood this perfectly before we now go to, yeah, like white card, right? These are what you can use to run analysis. Now, but let's continue first. An employee, so let's say from salary, right? Where department, right? Where department is information tech, right? Make sure you put that dot there. Then let's run this, right? We have five staff from information technology department. We have five staff from information technology department. Then you can also change to check. Now, if I remove that dot, let's run. So it means we have a zero. So no staff. So that dot means we've updated it the other time, right? Let's check for other departments like human resources, right? Right. Okay, someone is asking, we can run analysis on number of people that earn a particular amount. Yes, but the reason is because we have not gotten there, right? Because if I was to run that analysis, we need to introduce some queries. And this class, I know you guys, I don't want to rush you guys. So let's take it step by step. And this is our first week, right? This is what is basically supposed to do between this. Someone is asking salary between a particular number. Yes. So we're not talking about between, not, and, or. These are the things that you're going to use, right, to get this analysis done. But if you understand the basic, right, understand the basic very well, that you can even close your eyes and run analysis using where, update, alter, right? So by the time I'm bringing between, not between, all, and for analysis, you guys will not find it difficult, right? Why asterisk is in bracket? The reason why asterisk is in the bracket means, no, but someone said miss all, right? And it's because we are counting everything, right? We are counting everything. So for human resources, 3, right? So now that's something that we want to do, right? Running analysis that how many staffs bearing the same name, right? But the syntax, the SQL command we need to use, right? You're going to use like something like between and or, right? Okay. Okay. I'm thinking of something, right? Remove duplicates. Okay. So if you look at this now, I just want to get the top 5, right? Top 5. So this is how you can write the query to get top 5 or top 5. Then in order, for those of you that is using Postgres and MySQL, it's actually a different syntax, right? It's different syntax. So you're going to use limit. It's limit. So you're going to write your query like this. If you are using Postgres and MySQL, you're going to say select all from, then limit. Now, you now put the number, either limit to 10 or limit to 5, right? So if I run this now, it's going to give me error message, right? Incorrect syntax. So we don't use limit in SQL Server. So you use limit in Postgres and also in MySQL. But in SQL Server, you will use top, maybe top 10, top 100, top whatever top you want to get, right? Right. So there you can see. Someone is asking which SQL am I using? I'm using SQL Server. using SQL Server by Microsoft. Using SQL Server by Microsoft, right? So we also have Postgres by Salesforce. We also have MySQL by Oracle, right? Yeah, someone is asking, I'm not talking about MySQL Workbench, right? So I've said it now. It's still so I said so by the time this query is sent to you, right? By the time this query is sent to you, copy the query and run it in your MySQL, right? You might actually get some differences. The differences are the one I'm mentioning now, right? Are the one I'm mentioning. Like if you run this now, if you run this select top 5 in Workbench, it will not work. So you have to use limit. In Postgres, you have to use limit. So this is just a little different that you need to master, right? You need just a little different. So you need to master um just need to master, right? And I think in on Tuesday, right, our on Tuesday, when we were creating an employee table, right, where I use date time, right, where I use date time, who can tell me by the time I copy that code to Postgres, I change that date time to, for those of you that is using Postgres, so what is the date time in Postgres? Who can tell me the data type, the equivalent data type for date time in Postgres? For those of you that are using Postgres, right? Or if you are not using Postgres, but you have an idea, stamp time, right? Thank you, Benny. Yeah, no, not timestamp. I think you want to type timestamp. Yes, right. So that's true. That's just the little difference you will see, right? And if you have SQL Server on your system and your system can still allow you to install Postgres, just go ahead and install Postgres. Be running the two. Run your query on SQL Server. You can also run your query in Postgres, right? And you got to know the differences. Someone is asking, are you sure it's using SQL Server or there in there? Yes, we are using SQL Server, right? I'm using SQL. This is SQL Server, right? This is SQL Server. Okay, so all right. So let's try this. Okay, yeah. So look at line. Though we've not gotten to where we use greater than and less than, right? I've not gotten to where we use greater than less than, but someone asked that question, right? Ask that question, and let's look at it. So select salary. So we want to look at the number of staff that their salary is greater than 700,000, right? We want to get customers that their salary is greater than 700,000. So that is that, right? You can also write a SQL query that will tell you staff that received salary between maybe 100,000 and 1 million, right? So these are the things that we will still do, right? Then staff that receive salary that is less than, or staff that receive salary not in between, not between, right? So it means if you are not earning between 500 and 1 million, it's going to exclude those staff, right? Those staff will be excluded from the output, right? So this one we have here is that give us staff that their salary is greater than 700,000. Then what if I don't want to see all their informations? I don't want to see all their informations, like, right? Right. I just want to say select staff ID, right? Select staff ID where salary is greater than this. So you can see. Then what if, okay, I want to see the salary, right? So you can just add the salary to it, right? So return only salary and then, staff ID and salary, right? So like this now you can also, maybe you want to, like, you don't want to review the names of those that's earning above 700. So you just want their staff ID and the salary, right? And the salary. So you can also do that. Let's say people that is any less than 700, right? Less than 700. Sorry, is it less than? Yeah, less than. I said less than, right? Okay, so you can see 9 people any less than 700, right? So you can also execute people that is running at any between so number, right? So number. Someone is asking, what about grant and revoke? Grant and revoke is not what we are doing for now. So if you want to ask me a question, not grant and revoke, we've not gotten. Grant and revoke is advanced SQL, right? So what we are still doing now is basic, right? Basic SQL, right? Okay. So I think we bring the class to the end. It's already 9 p.m., right? So let's see if we can attend to some of the questions, right? Right. Okay, someone said, can we do bottom 5, right? No. So the SQL query the bottom is not a SQL syntax, right? So you can only do top, right? You can only do top. But if you want to get the bottom 5, then you have to order by. So we've not gotten there. But for now, you can only use that top to get the top. But if you want to get the bottom, then you use order by. Then when you do top, then order. Then they're going to show you the bottom one. These are the things that we're going to do next week, right? Could we please go over the minimum and maximum function? Okay, we have not covered them yet. We've covered them, right? Oh, sorry, we've not done that. I think, oh, okay, let's quickly do that. Sorry, I think that's it. I can remember we've not done max, right, and minimum. Okay, let's please pardon me for that. I thought we've done. So let's say, for example, select or max, right? Max salary. Put the salary in brackets, right? From salary. So we want to know who earned highest salary in ladies in tech company, right? So this is max salary now, but we don't know this person, right? We don't know this person that earned this amount. So what do? We can say, okay, select. Let's run another query, right? Select staff ID, right? Then first name, only first name, right? Right. Now let's run this. Right. Let's run this. This incorrect syntax. Right. Let's run this. Staff ID first name is invalid in the select because it contains in either group. Okay. So you can see now. So this one now, for us to be able to, we have to now use group by. So these are the reason why we cannot do this one for this week now. So it's telling me to use group by, right? And we've not talked about group by, please. So when we get to, right, so it's just, the only thing we can do for now is to get the max salary, because when you're using the max salary, you have to use some SQL syntax query like group by, order by, halving, right? And so that's that. Then let's do minimum, right? Minimum. Who earns minimum salary as minimum underscore salary, right? So this person earns 8,890. Then the highest salary earns, right? This is like 85 million, right? So I think that's clear, right? This is how you can use maximum and minimum, right? Okay. What other question? If the code is not saved, can it be retrieved, or we have not to repeat the? If the code is not saved, right? If your code is not saved, that is gone. Unless SQL Server do something, but it is in rare cases. If I mistakenly close it now and my code is not saved, right? If I open it, it will first of all show me a window, recover file, right? Or neglect. So just click on that recover file. It will return all your query. But most time it doesn't happen like that, right? But please, but don't be in haste. Always. But I think it happened when your system shut down by itself, right? When you do not shut down the system by yourself, maybe the system shuts down by yourself, or your system restarts. I think SQL Server you can still get your query back. But if you shut down your system by yourself, you can't get it back. Yeah, you can't get it back. So let's save our code for today so that I can send it to you guys. Go to save, right? Go to save, then it will take you to SQL Server Management Studio, right? Click save. Now, since you've saved yesterday, so today is going to ask you, do you want to replace it? Said yes, I want to replace it, right? So make sure it's showing this green, like I told you yesterday. Make sure it's showing you this green line, meaning it has been saved, right? So I'm saving it together with what we have, right? Okay. Yeah. Is there any other question? If you mistake on your column name, how do you? Yeah, we've done something like that. You can use updates, right? You can use updates to change the name, right? We've done something like that. Okay. So thank you, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye.